Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Virtual Racers Club. We are here with round 4 of the Rival Series. So, the Rival Series, what is that? We're at Dragon's Trail Gardens, a track we don't see too often, so very exciting to see a race in the Group 4 Subarus and Mitsubishis here. I'll explain what the Rival Series is. The Rival Series is a manufacturer team race where there will be 8 versus 8, if we can get the lobbies, obviously, using cars in the game that have either been rivals on the racetrack or even off the racetrack. Teams will be allocated using the VRC rating formula to ensure the teams are as evenly matched as possible. This will hopefully encourage the higher ranked drivers to help the rest of the respective team improve. So we get some team strategies and tips around the track that we will be doing. As this is a team championship, there will be 2 championships on offer with team and driver championships. Drivers who sign up will be assigned the manufacturer that they will represent. The championship will span across 8 weeks. The first season will emulate the legendary rally rivalry between Subaru and Mitsubishi. We will be visiting dirt and tarmac races in the first series and mixing the races up with different styles of racing with sprint races and endurance races. So the cars that they're using this season is the Subaru WRX Group 4 and the Subaru WRX Group B rally car, and the other team, Mitsubishi team, will be using the Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution Group 4 and the Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution Group B rally car. It's been great so far. We've had 3 seasons, but this one that we're just about to go to, Dragon's Trail, is going to be 2 30-minute races. They have to use medium racing tyres in both races, but they can also have free choice of super soft and soft tyres. And in it's ×7 tyre wear and ×4 fuel depletion for both races. 30 minutes at Dragon's Trail Garden. This is going to be epic. For round 4 of the Rivals, I'll tell you the table first before we crack on and look at how they qualified, although you can see on the screen. So, the championship table, after 3 rounds so far, Racer Brown is a lead-in by 140 points. In second place is Bunny, they're both in Subarus, on 131 points. Our top Mitsubishi driver in third is Homesick Alien on 130 points, so very tight between himself and Bunny. Shiren in fourth, also for Mitsubishi, on 18 points, Oh gosh, I went to make the picture bigger and made it go away. So Shiren in fourth on 118 points. Then we've got Rido having a cracking season there in 5th for Subaru on 98 points. In 6th we have Guesty for Mitsubishi on 80 points. Pat is 7th for Subaru on 79 points. Jim is 8th for Subaru on 71 points. Trivs GG is 9th for Mitsubishi on 66 points. Turtle is 10th on 62 points for Mitsubishi. Jokus in 11th for Subaru on 59 points. Cthulhu is 12th for Mitsubishi on 36 points. Rivixter is 13th for 34 points for Mitsubishi. And UBD is 14th on 17 points for Subaru. Well, the manufacturer's championship as it stands so far after 3 rounds is in top spot is Subaru on 595 points. Mitsubishi in second, obviously, on 526 points. Still a long way to go, but Mitsubishi are starting to fall behind them Subaru guys, and Subaru are starting to look on top here in this Rivals Series. Racer Brown saying hello in the chat. Hi, Racer Brown. So they qualified. I think they qualified on the tyres they were going to start on, I believe. But let's have a look. We've got Shiren on pole with Racing Softs. Then Guesty getting a great second place on those racing mediums, faster than everyone else. On the mediums, I mean. Racer Brown in third, also on the racing medium. So we've got two Mitsubishis at the top there on the front row. That's cracking. With the Subaru in third. Bunny, fourth fastest in his Subaru. He's also starting on the racing mediums. Homesick Alien in fifth for Mitsubishi. He's starting on the racing mediums. Then we have Jokas in sixth in the Subaru, starting on the racing softs. Cthulhu seventh in the Mitsubishi, starting on the racing mediums. Jim in eighth for Subaru, starting on the racing mediums. Rivixter starting ninth for Mitsubishi on the racing mediums. Trivs GG is in 10th place on the grid for Mitsubishi. He'll be starting on the racing mediums. Pat 11th for Subaru on the racing mediums, and Rido at the back there on, I think he had a qualifying ban, but I don't 100% know that. But Rido starting at the back in the Subaru on the racing mediums. We'll have a look at the grid, but we made a right hash of this last time, so I don't know. I don't know their liveries all that well just yet. So there is Shiren. Great qualifying from him. He is on the softer tyres, though, remember. But Shiren starting on pole position. Guesty, best of the rest, in second place on those medium tyres. Then we have a Racer Brown in his Subaru. So he's got a wall of Mitsubishis. He's looking down before the first corner. Fourth place, Bunny in his Subaru. Fifth, we have Homesick Alien in his Mitsubishi. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sixth is Jokers. Seventh, Cthulhu. They're fine-looking cars. They really are fine-looking cars. Eighth, Jim in his Subaru Monster. Did I say seventh? Then I think it's Rivixter. I think that's Rivixter's car. Trivs GG, I want to say. I might be wrong. Yeah, that's Trivs, I think. There's Pete Pat. Pete Pat in his Subaru, and then Rido in his Subaru also. So that is the grid going into this first 30-minute race. And it's going to be a bonsai. So we're watching a Rivs Shiren on the front row. Oh my God, I'm all over the place. So we're watching Shiren here at Dragon's Trail. He got pole. To get a better view. It's all right. Still can't see the lights though. So waiting for those lights to go. And there they go. Shiren off to a great start. Racer Brown looks like he's got a good start on Bunny. Bunny's moving over into that space though. Guesty in second place, still holding ground, but he's got the two Subarus up the outside of him. But there you go. Guesty goes up into a second place, or stays in second place, should I say. Shiren off to a cracking start in this race then. He's got a couple of car lengths, Guesty. The floodgates of... Oh, and Jokers on those soft tyres has made an absolute blinding start. And he is up into third place for the Subaru team. There's a Bunny in fourth. Racer Brown slipping back into fifth. Homesick Alien in the Mitsubishi in sixth. We've got Cthulhu in seventh. Ooh, they're all taking a bit of dirt there as they come down to the braking zone. Rido making up a few places off the back of that grid. And he's up there racing with Jim. Ninth, but Jim looks like he's held ground ahead of Rido in 8th, Rido 9th, Pat in 10th, 11th there for Trivs, and Rivixter dropping back into 12th place, but Shiren so far is our race leader. 30 minutes of racing, it looks like Guesty's off wide, he's out of control, Bunny's only just keeping hold of control of his car, my lord, and Jokers is all over him on those racing soft tyres, so Guesty recovers into 4th place, and that was some absolute great car control from Guesty, sliding across the track, and no one was hit. And Guesty coming back at Jokers now. Jokers on those softer tyres though should have better traction in the corner, but he's gone wide. Guesty's going for that inside line, and Guesty is up into third ahead of Jokers in fourth. Homesick Alien. Racer Brown's dropping. Racer Brown down to sixth place, while Shiren runs away with it at the moment. After the first lap, he's flying. Bunny's in chase with his Subaru. Guesty in the Mitsubishi ahead of Homesick Alien in the Mitsubishi. Joker's on those softer tyres. He got a great first lap in, but he slipped back a couple of positions. Oh, and he's gone real late on Guesty there, but Guesty, I think, Guesty's out wide. It's a cracking little race down here. Guesty and Joker's battling at it, giving Racer Brown the opportunity to come back into this race there in sixth. Homesick Alien trying to hold on to third, and he's got three wide behind him, with Catula now joining the party. Catula, Racer Brown, Racer Brown's gone late on those brakes, very deep into the corner, left himself wide open. Catula there in fourth. It's hard to see what's going on. Honestly, Homesick Alien is now pulling away from that little battle. Jokers and Catula side by side, banging doors. Beautiful racing going on. There we got Racer Brown with Guesty. Poor Guesty up there. Oh, Guesty's out wide. That's the same place. It's the same corner. Guesty really struggling to kill the speed into that corner, but he stayed ahead. Oh no, I mean, he stayed behind Racer Brown, but Rido making great grounds. He's now ahead of Guesty. Rido up into seventh. He really is liking that Subaru this season. Guesty in 8th with Jim in 9th. Trivs GG in 10th place. Rivixter in 11th with Pat in Paul. I'm going to call him everything except for Pat. What's it been so far, Pat? It's been Pete and it's been Paul. So Pat in 12th. I'm sorry, I don't know what's going on. Shiren then leading the way from Bunny. These two absolutely pelting it. And I don't know, strategies. It's 30 minutes of racing. I told you tyre wear was what, times 4? Fuel's times 7. It'd be times 7. I don't think they could make that fuel last this whole race, but we'll see. I've been wrong before. But Homesick Alien chasing down Bunny, and this is great for these guys. With Racer Brown leading the championship, he's down here fighting with Catula. Rido on the attack with the championship leader, Racer Brown. Rido just wants positions in his Subaru. Going for that inside line on Racer Brown. Racer Brown hanging around the outside. And Rido now side by side. No, it looks like the championship leader's just pulled ahead there, but Guesty's back in the action. Down there in 8th place, and it looks like Rido is ahead. Oh, has he made a mistake though? Yeah, I think he's made a slight mistake, but now, Racer Brown out wide there in Guesty's corner. And Guesty now moving back up into 6th place, but he's wide, he's sideways, he's very sideways. He's absolutely pointing the wrong way, and Racer Brown seems to be slowing down. So I don't know if Racer Brown feels he had any hand in that. Oh, Guesty, he's flooring it, and Racer Brown waiting for Guesty. So the championship leader, that is devastating for the championship leader there. Racer Brown down in last place. Meanwhile, Shiren is pelting it, and Racer Brown said he did. I think that's Rido having a qualifying ban, and Rido saying hello. Rido, not bad from back of the grid, 6th place so far. Jokers is on a softer tyre in front of you, so he'll be, if he does pit, well, he will have to pit because he has to run the mandatory medium tyre. So when he pits, that's another position, and you'll be on the softer tyre if you pit. So great guns. Shiren at the moment though, total dominance here at Gardens, the Dragon's Trail, and no one can get close to the man. Bunny has set chase. He's got the fastest lap last time around, but still, well, 1:39.1. And Shiren did a 39.4, 3/10 he's gained. 3/10 Bunny's gained on Shiren in that lap. Homesick Alien a 39.6, but Joker's hotly contesting him. He really is. He's out wide though in Guesty's corner as they head down the hill, and these corners keep going to the right, and gotta just play with that throttle till this last corner, flooring it through there, trying to get as much speed up this short straight towards Homesick Alien. into the braking zone, very tight, left-hander, double left-hander, onto the first apex. Joker's got great control over his Subaru there, and he's closing in on the Alien, I believe, as they make their way around. Catula in 5th, Rido 6th, Jim 7th, Rivixter in 8th. So we sat with the Polish driver, Jokas, sitting in 4th at the moment, but he is on a softer set of tyres. He'll have to go on to the medium tyres later in this race. So he will be at a disadvantage. If these guys around him are pitting, they'll be going on to the softer tyre. So it is one to watch out for Jokas later in this race. Catula then. Catula seems to be a good space behind him to Rido. So Catula on those medium tyres, doing a 41.1 last time around. Rido doing a 41.3. So Catula a little bit faster than Rido at this point in the race. And these two chasing each other down. Jim's there just ahead of Rivixter. Cracking little race it looks like these two are having. In 7th and 8th, Jim a 40.9 last time around. Rivixter doing a 41.8. Oh my. Nearly a second faster, so either Jim's made a mistake this lap or he overtook Rivixter last lap around. Rivixter though going faster this time, this on lap 5 than he has gone before in this race. Jim just clinging on to that 7th at the moment from Rivs, who's putting on some pressure. Shall we get on board with Rivs? Good time. So there is a Rivixter trying to find a way past the Subaru of Jim. Trying to get a toe down the long straight and into this first corner. A little dab on the brakes, maybe knock down the gear, and just cruise that bad boy through, clinging onto that apex. The corner ever just keeps on turning, back onto the accelerator again, up to the braking zone. Down into 3rd gear for the left, then swing it to the right, then back to the left again, like some crazy dance that we all join in on. And he's there still clinging to the back of that Subaru is Rivixter, trying to gain 10th on him. He's going faster again. Heavy braking zone coming up soon now. He's having a look at that big space up the side of Jim, but thinks better of it. Thinks I'll try and get him out of the corner. Great driving there from Rivixter, just sitting calmly behind Jim, looking for his moment, his opportunity to make the move. Shren still leading from Bunny, with Homesick Alien in 3rd place. And oh, is this the moment that Rivs has been waiting for? He's coming up alongside Jim now. Jim's still got that inside line, coming into these 3 right-hand turns. But it's a tough place to keep a battle going, and Rivixter's clinging on to the back of Jim at the moment as they head up towards another heavy braking zone, and Jim's trying to close the door, early doors, and Rivixter's having a look up the inside, and Rivixter later on the brakes. Can he stop that Mitsubishi? He's out wide. Jim's coming back through again, and oh, Rivixter just a little late on the brakes, and Jim maintains that 7th spot there. And Rivixter just getting a little excited in his Mitsubishi. Meanwhile, we've got Trivs GG chasing them down. Rivs is having another look at Jim as they come into turn 1. Jim, though, cool as ice. He's seen how, but Rivixter, that looks like he's done the job there. And Rido's made a mistake just ahead of him. Pat's coming to the pits. Pat on his medium tyres. We're only 10 minutes into the race. He's half a tank of fuel, but he has come into the pits. And it looks like a Racer Brown has pitted at some point as well and put on the Racing Soft tyres. Guesty, he's on the Racing Soft tyres as well. So Guesty and Racer Brown have both made a pit stop. And now Pat making a pit stop. So there you go. They've changed their strategy somewhat, I imagine. Shren still sticking with those soft tyres himself, so he will have to pit. It's all about Bunny, but look, it's half a tank of fuel, and we're only a third into the race, so there's no way that fuel's going to last a whole race. Turtle in the chat saying hello Turtle. Homesick Alien in that 3rd place. He's doing a 40.2. Bunny doing a 40.0. So Homesick just keeping pace with those leaders at the moment. A 40.2 from Shiren, but Shiren's tyres are starting to go away from him. He may fancy a pit stop, but I don't think even a one stop's going to be a struggle here. I think they may have to make more than one stop. Homesick Alien chasing the leaders down though. Jokus in that 4th place, looking pretty solid at the moment. A 40.6 last time around. He's got Cthulhu chasing him down, but Cthulhu on the used mediums, and Rido not too far behind Cthulhu. Today we saw Rido making a small mistake earlier, did a 42.1 that last time around. Doesn't seem to have lost a lot of time on Cthulhu. So Rido still having a solid season. Rivixter and Jim still battling, but Jim's gone wide. Jim has gone wide in that corner, and Rivixter gets to have a breather from the battle with Jim up there in 7th as he chases down Rido. Trivs GG trying to chase those boys. 42.4 last time around from Trivs. Racer Brown 37, so Trivs might be, well, it's quite a way. It's quite a way. His tyres will be used before he reaches Trivs, but Trivs probably will have to pit. He's pulled away from Guesty. Lovely Guesty. He's left Guesty behind. Guesty doing a 38.5. So Racer Brown a lot faster on these racing soft tyres at the moment. 37s though. Unbelievable stuff from Racer Brown. What can he do? The championship leader right near the back. Shiren still leading, and like he put it on pole, and he's led every lap since. Bunny chasing him down, and it's to-ing and fro-ing from these two, and oh, there you go, you can see Shiren starting to struggle. He's going straight into the pits. He said grip no more, into pits. Bunny stays out. Bunny stays out. And Homesick Alien also staying out on those racing medium tyres. They're trying to hang that fuel out as much as they can, but it's just for a one stop possibly. Cthulhu then up into 3rd, but he's absolutely mangling his medium tyres. We're not even halfway into this race. Rido up into 4th, started from the back of the grid. No qualifying for Rido this round, and look, he's catching up with Cthulhu. So Jim up into 5th, he didn't pit. Shiren has come back out of the pits on the medium tyres. Shiren onto the medium, the mandatory tyre. He hasn't fueled up, he hasn't filled up, so 3/4 of a tank. Just a splash and dash for Shiren there. So he'll definitely be making another pit stop, we assume. Trivs GG in 7th, he hasn't pitted, chasing down Shiren. Then we've got Racer Brown now, who pitted earlier, had a bit of an off with Guesty, has pitted to put the softs on. He's up to 8th at the moment. Guesty in 9th, but he's got Jokus. Jokus pitted and put the medium tyres on, the medium, brand new mediums versus a few laps old, what, 7 laps old racing softs. Oh, and Jokus going wide, lack of grip from the mediums there from Jokus. And he's down there in 10th with Guesty, battling for position. Guesty on the softer tyres though, should be better in the corners, but Jokus giving it all, but he's late on the brakes, this Jokus. And Guesty, no, Guesty, he's made the move. Well done, Jokus, but he's out a lot wide again on Guesty's corner. So Guesty gaining. Homesick Alien into the pits from 2nd place. Oh, wow. Jokus smashed right into the barrier there. And it looks like Rivixter's gained from the pair of them. Rivixter up into 9th place now, with Guesty in 10th, Jokus in 11th. Where's Homesick Alien? Rido's gone into the pits also. So Bunny's still leading, and he's got a 1/4 of a tank of fuel left, so a couple of laps on board for Bunny. Shiren now back up into 2nd place after his pit stop. He's on their medium tyres. Trivs GG still hasn't pitted, is in a podium position, but he's got Homesick Alien on the racing softs after his pits, coming at him, and he's got no grip in the chicane, uphill chicane. So Homesick Alien very much eyeing up that position, I believe. Homesick Alien into the braking zone on the racing softs, blasts past Trivs GG, who's struggling with grip at the moment. And there you go, Homesick Alien in 3rd place. This is good for his championship with Racer Brown further down the grid, or the pack, should I say. So Homesick Alien is going to pick up some good points, and so's Bunny. I don't know where Bunny... Oh, Bunny is in second in the grid. He's 9 points behind Racer Brown, with Homesick Alien being 10 points behind Racer Brown. So this is great for the championship, but Racer Brown already up into 5th place. So he's having a great comeback, is a Racer Brown. Bunny's going into the pits now. So Shiren will retake the lead. He's not getting the grip that he did from his softs on those mediums, going very wide in the final 2 corners, but retakes the lead nonetheless. Bunny in second. Homesick Alien. Can he jump Bunny? Can he do... he looks to have... He looks, but he didn't put much fuel in. Now, it looks like to me Bunny might be chugging that bad boy up. No, he's only put in 3/4 of a tank. He's put the racing softs on, and now he's... so Homesick Alien did jump him in the pits. So Homesick Alien doing a cracking job there in the Mitsubishi. They need all the points they can against Subaru, and Homesick Alien, that early pit stop, giving in the jump on Bunny. Shiren, though, leading by a mile now. Shiren comfortable out there on his mediums as well. He'll make them last as long as he can. Trivs GG still not pitting in 4th place, but he's got Racer Brown catching him up at a rate of knots. But Racer Brown's tyres are not as fast as they were. He's dropped off about 2 seconds from what he was doing. He's doing 39s now rather than 37s, but still enough grip on those racing softs to get by Trivs. Trivs surely must be feeling it's time for a pit stop. We're way over halfway in this race. We're 18 minutes into a 30-minute race. Katula, he's pitted. He's put the racing softs on, and he's catching up Trivs now. It might be time, Trivs. Rivixter, oh, and Jokers is out wide in Guesty's corner, and Jokers there, losing a couple of positions to Guesty and Rido after his pit stop onto his medium tyres. Guesty on those softs, but they're starting to get worn out, and Rido is keeping pace with Guesty on those tyres. Joker's not as happy on those medium tyres. We've seen him go wide a couple of times already since putting the medium tyres on. A great run first half of the race on the racing softs, absolutely wheel perfect, but since the mediums it's got a bit scruffier from the Polish bloke, but he's going to go up a couple of positions here with the pit stops from Racer Brown and Trivs. Trivs finally going into the pits. And we'll have a rundown of the grid so far. So Shiren leading by an absolute country mile. Homesick Alien is going to have to do some fending. He did a 38.3, his fastest lap of the race last time around, but Bunny is bringing it with the brand new racing soft tyres, and he is catching up Homesick Alien in his Mitsubishi. So Homesick Alien, I think, he's going to either... well, he's going to have to make that Mitsubishi very, very wide indeed. Katula up into 4th. Katula having a quiet race, but getting some good positions out of this. On them racing softs, he's chasing down Homesick and Bunny, but he's quite away from them. How is that battle going? It's still there. It's very tense between 2nd and 3rd. As we're on lap 12 here at Dragon's Trail Gardens for round 4 of the Rivals Series. And here we see the rivals, Mitsubishi versus Subaru. Subaru looking for a way by. Oh, and Homesick Alien looks to have gone wide there, and Bunny, easy pickings, but maybe Homesick doing it on purpose because he wants to get a tow down this straight. Knew he couldn't defend a tow, and Bunny trying to break that tow from Homesick Alien as they enter into the first corner. Homesick Alien getting a great tow from Bunny, but it seems Bunny has got the edge with those newer tyres into the first corner. And Shiren, has he made a mistake? He seems to be dropping back. He's on the mediums and they're on the softs. So yeah, Shiren might be a sitting duck there. Oh my lord, I was there saying he's miles ahead, but I don't know if he's lost a lot of time this lap. He is doing 39s and a 40 that last time around. Bunny in the 37s, that one. And Homesick Alien down into 3rd place. Doesn't look to have the pace on Bunny at this point in the race. 4th is Katula. Rivixter is up into 5th. He's doing an extraordinary job. He's pitted. He's put the mandatory racing medium tyres on, and he's sitting in a very comfortable 5th position right now. Great points for Rivixter He's fighting with Catula, but Catula's just ahead of him in the championship. I mean, he's got Catula on 36 points, Rivixter on 34 points. So his main battle with Catula, and Catula is ahead of him, but still, 5th place, great stuff. Rido in 6th, run-a-gun form in this series, still carrying on. Recently got past Guesty because Guesty was ahead of him. Guesty's tyres are screaming out for mercy right now in his Mitsubishi. As Rido cruises on by in the mediums. We've got Joker struggling on that medium set of tyres. And he's got Racer Brown, who has recently pitted, put another set of softs on. We know how fast he can go on softs. Coming out in 9th place, just behind Jokers. He's lining Jokers up for the braking zone. He probably can brake a lot later than Jokers can. As Jokers is on those mediums, and you can see there, he's got a tighter line, a lot more grip, and he moves on by Jokers, his fellow Subaru driver. Jim in a 10th position at the moment. He's on the racing mediums, seeing a lot of cars in front of him, a lot of positions up for grabs if they all get entangled. Trivs with that very late first stop. He's out in 11th. He's ahead of Piper. Sorry, Pat, that one was a struggle. I couldn't think of another P. Couldn't think of another man's name that started with P, as I've been calling you every P name. Pat not having a great round here at Dragon's Trail. He has just recently pitted though, so it might come back to him. It's on the racing softs. Homesick Alien. Oh no, they've both got past Shiren. I apologise. We'll have to see what the schnizzle was on that. Right. We've gone back to the beginning of lap 14, a good 40-50 seconds ago, and we see there Shiren is leading, but he's struggling. He's struggling with those medium tyres against Bunny, who recently got past Homesick Alien, and yeah, Shiren no grip with those medium tyres, and he's got Bunny and Homesick Alien breathing down his neck. Bunny virtually on top of him now, as Shiren fights that Mitsubishi up in the lead, and Subaru, here he comes, coming out of the chicane, and Bunny just easily cruises on by the Mitsubishi, and Subaru now for the first time lead this race. And Homesick Alien in his Mitsubishi coming through as well on those racing soft tyres. But, you know, Shiren, it might come back to him, because these softs will run out. They will wear out before the end of this race. And those mediums, in theory, should last a lot longer. So as long as Shiren can stay close to the back of Bunny, and oh, Bunny in Guesty's corner, got a wiggle on. And that gave Homesick Alien a step up to get a little closer to the Subaru. We've only had Subaru win in this series so far. Mitsubishi unable to take a win out of the season so far. And Rido saying, "You all right, thingy?" Yeah, I'm good. I was spacing out earlier. I was making a few mistakes. Oh, Bunny deep into that final turn. Homesick Alien kind of followed him. Shiren's still staying with him. Like I said, if Shiren can stay with him, I think the tyre wear will come into play. Bunny managing a 39.0, Homesick Alien a 39.3, and Shiren a 41.2. How's that? Didn't even lose time on each other. No, that's how it is. So there is Catula, all on his own. Cthulhu. Doing a cracking job. Rivixter also in 5th. That battle behind him. Rido ahead of Guesty. Racer Brown's catching these guys up now on those new tyres. He made that second stop. Did Racer Brown, and he's back in amongst them. Guesty still. Oh, Guesty. He's asking a lot from his tyres, is Guesty. Rido on the medium tyres. Pretty much going to be a sitting duck for Racer Brown in those soft tyres. And they're driving for the same team, so Rido hopefully shouldn't make it too much difficult for his teammate. But Racer Brown, superior tyres to Rido. Goes into the corner, late on the brakes. And there you go, Racer Brown up the inside of his teammate. Not too stressful, although it looks like Rido wants to come back and have another nibble. No, and there you go. Racer Brown up into 6th place now so far. 2 stops in, Rido 7th, Guesty in 8th, Jokus 9th. Fighting his mediums, and Jim catching up Jokus. Jim handling the mediums a lot better than Jokus is at this point in the race. Jim a 140.4 last time around, Jokus going 41.2, so Jokus losing about a lap. And there is Bunny, he's gone into the pits. It's gone into, no, Shiren. It's Shiren that's gone in. He's gone in to get rid of those medium tyres. Interesting stuff. These guys could be going till the end of the race with only 5 minutes left in the race. Well, 4 minutes left in the race. You think Bunny and Homesick will make those tyres last. Katula up into 3rd. What's happened to Shiren? He's coming back out on the super soft. He means business. He means nothing but business, but he's got Rivixter, Katula, Homesick and Bunny now a pit stop ahead of Shiren. So, wow. Was not expecting that. I thought Shiren was just going to sit behind those boys. Hope their tyres went off, but with only, like I said, 4 minutes to go, their tyres look absolutely fine, don't they, Homesick and Bunny? And this one looks like a slam dunk for Subaru again. Another win in the Subaru camp. And Mitsubishi still left, needing a win for Mitsubishi. Katula, though, it's not bad. It's two cars on the podium for Mitsubishi. Rivixter, Mitsubishi as well. It's only Bunny doing it for the Subarus, really, and Shiren, Mitsubishi. It's only the next Subaru is in 6th place, so it's a solid Mitsubishi showing here in this first race, but they couldn't get the win off of Bunny. It's still not done, though. We've still got 3 minutes to go. Homesick Alien, a 40.4 last time around. Bunny doing a 39.5. So Bunny, he's just absolutely whacking it. He's beating it. So Bunny leading the way from Homesick Alien. Katula in a fine podium position, but Rivixter and Shiren's catching up. Rivixter is on those super soft tyres. Shiren has got a championship to think about. He isn't too far behind the leaders, so getting some good points here would be key. But it's all in-house fighting here. Mitsubishi v Mitsubishi as Shiren makes his way through with those super soft tyres on. I think Rivixter knew he didn't really... Oh, Rivixter's fuel's flashing with 2 minutes left to go. That might be a struggle. Bunny's fuel seems to be fine in their lead there at the moment. Homesick Alien looks to be bringing this one home in 2nd place. He's only a point behind Bunny, but this is going to help against Racer Brown, both of them. 10 points, 9 points for Bunny and 10 points for Homesick Alien behind Racer Brown. That will draw them closer. Oh, Rivixter's back ahead of Shiren. What happened to Shiren? Shiren must have had a big issue. Let's have a look then. So there is Shiren in a solid 4th place. Oh, his hazard lights have come on. He's ghosted. Oh, maybe some issue. Yeah, it just seems to have ghosted. So Shiren having some issue in real life or in the car. Racer Brown catching him up. And poor Shiren losing positions here for some reason. Steering wheel probably got away from him. He's had to pause it, fix his rig, and he's lost a couple of positions there, and one of the Subarus has sneaked up into 5th place. That's not what Bunny and Homesick Alien needed. Bunny's fuel's flashing, but we've only got a minute and 15 seconds on the clock. Homesick Alien in a better fuel position than Bunny, so maybe he can press it on this lap. This could possibly be the last lap. Maybe they'll get another lap out of this one. How Katula is keeping that front right tyre alive, I don't know, but his fuel is flashing. We saw Rivixter's fuel flashing earlier on, but this probably will be his final lap. Can he crawl around, and can he keep Racer Brown behind him? Racer Brown coming strong at the end of this race. This last lap with Shiren having his fuel issue, but Shiren on those super softs, he can race Racer Brown. on the older racing soft. So Shiren should still be up for this, and Rivixter, he's not going to want to relinquish that position, but he has got no fuel on board. Interesting stuff. 30 seconds left of this race. Sorry, I pulled away as Racer Brown's going through. That wasn't fair, but I think Rivixter's had to turn the fuel down in that car. I really do. Rivixter losing 2 positions, but no, because Racer Brown's gone very wide. Shiren's trying to get up the inside of him, drives across the track, in avoidance of Racer Brown. And now Racer Brown and Shiren side by side. Shiren trying to make a move on Racer Brown as Racer Brown bounced off the curb, and Racer Brown really pushing that Subaru. They're on the final lap. And here comes a Bunny. I think we've already had someone finish who's crossed the line. But here comes a Bunny to take the win. A great drive from Bunny, very solid. Homesick Alien, second place. Catula coming home for a podium, but his tyres and his fuel have shown that he's really put the grit in this race, and he's really got that podium. It was a very quiet race. Got in there nice and sly, kept his head down, and brought us home for a podium position. Shiren does get ahead of Racer Brown in the end. Racer Brown in 5th. Rivixter gets a great 6th. Rido in 7th. His fuel looking very tight at the end of that race. Jim coming home in 8th place, ahead of Guesty, so great drive from Jim. Guesty, he's out of fuel. He's going to lose the position to Jokers. So Jokers at the end there, getting 9th off of Guesty, and his Triv's going to get it. No, Guesty gets to the line. There you go. And poor old Guesty, his pit crew is absolutely abysmal. They really are. They're terrible at his fueling. He wants to hire a new crew in that pit, because they're always letting him down with that fuel. So in the chat, we've missed a few chats. I don't know what that means. Sister 19, lol. Oneen. Yeah, thank you. And Rido saying his wheel disconnected. That's Shiren's wheel disconnected, and that's where he lost those couple of positions. And Skyjacker saying, good day, sir. Hello, Skyjacker. How are you, champion? So Bunny there is the winner of the Rivals. That's great for his championship. Racer Brown finishing down there in 5th place. So, I mean, he's still got good points out of that as Racer Brown, but still Bunny and Homesick can draw closer in this championship. So great win for Bunny, with Homesick Alien coming home for Mitsubishi in 2nd again. Mitsubishi still not winning a race in this rival series. And yeah, there'll be some heads bowing somewhere in an office with shaking going on, wondering what they can do. What they can do to come at the Subarus. Catula, a great podium position there in 3rd place. Fantastic driving from Catula. Shiren, really surprised he made that pit stop. I'm really, maybe it was about fuel. I'm not sure. Maybe he just wants to have an attack on Bunny and Homesick. But it's a bit late in the race for that pit stop. Baffled. It must have been fuel. He couldn't have made that pit stop thinking he could just put the softs on and fight his way back with 5 minutes left to go. He must have been worried about the fuel, like Guesty. But in the end, 4th place for Shiren. 5th place for our championship leader, Racer Brown, having a coming together with Guesty early doors. Having to wait, and then it was just an uphill struggle from then. But a great 5th place in this first race. We've still got a second race to go, guys, don't forget. 6th is Rivixter. Where? You say 6th, but where is he? Oh, he's just in front of... You're not going to look at Rivixter, sorry, guys. He got 6th. 7th for Rido. Not bad from the back of the grid. He did seem to be running higher than that at some point, but... he slipped back. Well, I think it was Racer Brown coming through, and maybe Shiren. But 7th place for Rido. 8th for Jim in the end. Steady drive, good points. Jokus getting that 9th from Guesty just before the line with Guesty's fuel woes. Bringing it home in 10th. Trivs was heading that way in 11th, and Pat finishing in 12th. Pat, Peter, Paul. I don't know what happened earlier with the Pat, calling him Pete. I work with a Pete, and I think that's because I'm so used to saying Pete. Rido in the chat saying, I think he said he pitted for the fastest lap. Oh, well, we'll have a look at the thing. You'd see. Shren said that, I think, says Rido. So, well, we'll have a look at how the fastest laps look then at the end of that race. So here is their final. No, Racer Brown still kept hold of it. So Bunny taking the win, Home Scalian third, second, Cthulhu in third, Take a Boo, My Son, Shren in fourth, Racer Brown fifth, Rivix sixth, Rido seventh, Jim in eighth, Jokers ninth, Guesty in 10th, Trivs in 11th, Pat in 12th. Racer Brown got the fastest lap with a 1:37.